No one at Clean Corp ever dared to talk to the CEO's daughter. She was wild, stubborn, and had scared away every tutor, nanny, and assistant her father had hired. She was the child of a billionaire, a little girl who had everything money could buy, except love, patience, and understanding. But one day, everything changed. Not because of money. Not because of power. But because of kindness, from the unlikeliest man in the entire building, the janitor. Hey everyone, welcome back to Kindness Action, where we share true and inspiring stories that remind us what really matters in life. If you believe kindness can change the world, take a second to subscribe, like, and comment below. Let's keep spreading the message that one good heart can make a difference. Mike worked the night shift at Clean Corp. He was a quiet man, kind eyes, and strong hands that had seen more mops than handshakes. Every day, he showed up on time, did his job, and went home to his little girl, Emma. She was his world, 5 years old, sweet, and curious, with a laugh that made the hardest days feel lighter. Mike was a single dad. His wife had passed away 2 years earlier after a long illness. Since then, it was just him and Emma against the world. He'd take her to daycare before work, pick her up after, and bring her along on late shifts when he couldn't find a sitter. He never complained. He just did what needed to be done. One evening, the CEO, Richard Langford, was having a late meeting. His daughter, Lily, was sitting in the lobby, arms crossed, pouting, a tablet in her hands. The staff whispered as they passed. Everyone knew who she was, the billionaire's daughter who'd been expelled from 3 schools and sent home from countless programs. When Mike walked by with his cleaning cart, Emma peeked out from behind his leg and smiled at Lily. "Hi," she said softly. Lily barely looked up. "You're not supposed to be here," she muttered. Mike crouched down beside Emma. "She's just saying hello, sweetheart," he said kindly. "Not everyone's used to making friends right away." He gave Lily a gentle smile, the kind that didn't expect anything back. Then he went back to mopping the floor. That night, something strange happened. Lily kept watching them, the janitor and his little girl laughing quietly, sharing crackers, drawing on scrap paper. No fancy toys. No designer clothes. But they looked happy. When Richard came out of his meeting, Lily ran up to him. "Dad, can we go home?" she asked, her voice small for the first time in a while. The next morning, when Mike arrived for his shift, the receptionist told him that the CEO wanted to see him. Mike's stomach dropped. He thought he was in trouble. Maybe bringing Emma to work had crossed a line. But when he stepped into the office, Richard Langford stood by the window, looking thoughtful. "Mike," he began, "my daughter, she spoke about you. Said you were nice. That's the first kind thing she said about anyone in months." Mike blinked, unsure what to say. "I don't know how to reach her anymore," Richard continued. "Would you be willing to spend some time with her? Maybe help her see things differently?" Mike was stunned. "Sir, I'm just a janitor." Richard smiled faintly. "Maybe that's exactly why you can help her." And so, every afternoon, after school, Lily would meet Mike and Emma in the break room. At first, she was distant, scrolling on her phone while Mike and Emma talked or colored. But little by little, she began to listen. One day, Emma asked her, "Do you want to draw with us?" Lily hesitated. Then, quietly, she picked up a crayon. It started small, a few drawings, short conversations, but soon, Lily began opening up. She told Mike that she hated being the billionaire's daughter. She said people only pretended to like her because of who her dad was. Mike nodded. "I get it. People don't always see the real you. But here's the thing, your worth doesn't come from money or names. It comes from kindness. From how you treat people." Those words stuck with her. Over the weeks, the change was undeniable. Lily started greeting people with a smile. She even helped Mike clean up the lounge once, laughing as she accidentally sprayed herself with window cleaner. The employees couldn't believe it, the CEO's daughter helping the janitor. But Richard noticed most of all. His daughter was laughing again. One afternoon, he walked past the kitchen and stopped in the doorway. There was Mike, sitting with Emma asleep in his arms. Lily was beside them, gently resting her head on Mike's shoulder, too. Richard's eyes welled up. For the first time in years, his daughter looked peaceful. He realized then what money had never been able to buy: compassion. Later that evening, Richard called Mike into his office again. "I owe you more than I can say," he told him. "You've done something no one else could. You reminded my daughter what it means to care, and to be cared for." Mike smiled humbly. "All I did was show her a little kindness. That's something we all need." Richard offered him a promotion, head of maintenance, better hours, better pay. Mike accepted, grateful but grounded. What mattered most to him wasn't the new title, it was seeing how love and patience could change a heart. A few months later, Lily and Emma became inseparable. They'd spend weekends together baking cookies, playing in the park, and painting messy masterpieces. Richard often joined them, learning from Mike how to slow down, listen, and love with intention. It wasn't about janitors or billionaires anymore. It was about people, humans, finding connection through kindness. Sometimes, the greatest lessons come from the humblest hearts. Mike didn't have wealth or status. But he had patience, empathy, and love, and that was enough to change a life that seemed unreachable. Kindness doesn't cost a thing, but its value is beyond measure. You never know who might need it most: the lonely, the proud, or even a billionaire's daughter. So next time you get the chance, choose kindness. You might just do the impossible, too. If this story touched your heart, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a reminder that kindness truly changes everything. This is Kindness Action, where every story reminds us that love is the greatest power we have.